What's up, YouTube? So I was gonna make a video about my favorite holster ever when I realized that I might be a fanboy. So my absolute favorite holster from Tier 1 Concealed has been the Aegis Elite. I got this probably a year and a half ago at least, and I've been wearing it pretty much every single day that I'm not at work wearing my duty gun. And it's an inside the waistband appendix carry holster. It's kind of special because it's kind of like a two-piece holster, and it has like what you would call a sidecar. It has the claw, which depresses the holster into the body, or rather not the holster but the gun, the handle of the gun into the body, so that it's much more concealable. Admittedly, I'm wearing somewhat of a snug fitting shirt, so I expect to print some, and I'm also wearing a one color shirt. If you wear a different pattern shirt, sometimes printing and shadows can be dissipated slightly, but that's beside the point. This is a very comfortable holster. It's quite concealable and it fits like a glove. So let me show you that real fast. So, obviously I am wearing a holster. Maybe it's not obvious, but I would imagine that if I'm making a holster video, I'm wearing it in the video. And I just want to go to side view real fast, front view, again side view. Not a big person, so it's not hard, but I do want to say that I kind of wear tight clothes and I can still pull off a very good concealability. So the holster here again is the Aegis Elite. It clips in with these two clips. I put one behind the belt. I've got a next belt on, kind of the ratcheting style. This is the sidecar that I'm talking about. It has, it's able to carry a magazine, and then there's a claw that you can't see that is pushing the gun inward. And I'm gonna pull the holster out and give you a shot real quick. Okay, so the holster is extremely easy to take off. I could do this if I'm going to a place where I shouldn't be carrying a gun, or I won't. But the point is I can take this off easily. Some of the greatest things about this holster, Tier 1 has kind of perfected the appendix carry market, and I'll show you why. First of all, these clips are extremely sturdy. I don't have any issues with those. I've literally tugged on them at times where I shouldn't have, and they have stayed where they need to be. They have not broken. Second of all, Tier 1 has figured out that they've put these grooves here, I don't know if you can see that, to where that it pushes in the sidecar. Not a lot of companies do that, and that's extremely important. Okay, so working from this side to the other side, I guess it's left to right for you. Another thing this has is it's like a piece of leather. I'm not exactly sure if it's leather or polymer or what. It seems like it's polymer actually. But this lets the holster bend with the body, because some of you might have a flatter stomach profile, some of you might be more narrow. I don't know. The point is it allows that flexibility, and it allows quite a bit. Another thing Tier 1's done is they put T1 here to kind of brand themselves, but it also does another thing. It also grabs that belt and pushes this part of the gun in, while also allowing on this side with the claw to push this side of the gun toward your body. So it's very ingenious. I love it. Watch the magic. It snaps in half. Okay, so some people prefer to carry appendix with just the gun on one side, no magazine, and I understand that. Usually I don't do that. What I will say I use this for is if I want to carry in the 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I can easily put this guy in the back, and I'll do that. If I know for a fact that I'm going to be picking things up and putting them down, I do not want to appendix carry. I also have a few options now. I'm carrying it on my 3:30, 4 o'clock. I have the ability to put it behind me, so like I said, I'm not bending over and picking things up and pushing that gun into my stomach. So I love the options that this holster gives me. Unlike some holsters, many holsters, you can't do that. What I want to say is you can use this in conjunction. Now you can also put this wherever you want to as an inside waistband option if that's something you like. So another thing about this holster is that it snaps in and out. I don't get that from some holsters. Some holster retention is based on like snugness, I guess is the word. But this one snaps, literally snaps in and out, okay? And for me, that's kind of like a peace of mind. When I'm putting my holster in and I hear that click, I know that I have good retention and I'm not having to worry about whether I'm seated well or something stuck in my holster and not all the way in, like a t-shirt or a brass case. Anything could happen. The point is I know that this holster is all the way in there and that trigger guard is covered. So again, I am all for Tier 1 Concealed. It snaps back in super easy. I'm gonna do it here and I'm hopefully not gonna screw it up. All jacked up, but yeah, here we are. I'm snapped in all the way. I can go back to concealment, appendix carry, and I am good to go. Now, I'm not just a fanboy because I'm wearing one of their t-shirts and doing a video, but before I even bought that holster, the Aegis Elite, I bought the Axis Slim. I probably bought the Axis Slim in 2018, so 4 years ago now, and I carried this daily, okay? Probably for just as long as I've been carrying that holster, and I still carry this holster. This is my Glock 19. It's a little larger. I thought the Slim might be a better option, but it has a lot of the same features that the Aegis has. Now it's probably been updated some, so where it's gotten more features than this particular model has. But again, this is the bungee. It does the same thing. It allows for that flexing. This one's set up for weapon light capability. It does not have the clickiness that I was talking about with the Aegis. It more of the retention snugness, which is fine. But these clips are solid. I don't have to worry about them, and they come off quite easily. This is not something that I'm taking off, but if for some reason the bungee cord in this were to fail, snap, break, fray, I could easily replace it because Tier 1 sells this stuff on their website along with all the other hardware. This has the claw. The claw makes a humongous difference. I'm not ever going to carry an appendix setup without a claw. I just will not do it. This does not have that magazine, I guess those bumps on the sidecar that I was talking about earlier. But again, this is super concealable, super, I guess, compact, and I'll show you. So while the Glock 19 is a larger gun, it doesn't take up the same footprint, say, that the Glock 43X is taking up, because it's more compact. I guess you would say more narrow. If this might be a concern for you for belt loop setup. If you wear a very small belt, then maybe. I don't know how much smaller you're gonna get than me though. I'm wearing a 30 waist. Sometimes I have to buy like a 32 just to get holsters and gear in my waistband. But nonetheless, I don't have a very small waist, and I don't have an issue with belt loops. I can usually get inside with both holsters, and I mean inside of the two front belt loops. But your pants may differ. So now I'm wearing what I was just talking about, the Axis Slim. It's very compact. Again, it fits right between my belt holsters. I don't know if you can see those. That's the belt clips right here. I've got one tucked under the belt. That way I'm not just hanging around. And then here are my belt loops. Hopefully you can see that. But this is a very easy to carry, easy to draw. Everything is great. I don't have any issues with it. I think going back, just because I know what I know, I would always get the Elite models, and I would probably get this Aegis again because I love the ability to take that off and wear it in a different position. And I know that can be frowned upon, but again, when you are constantly picking things up and down, i.e. kids, you do not want appendix carry all day. Maybe even driving, sitting, whatever the case is, it's a good thing to have options, in my opinion, because carrying a gun all the time is more important than carrying a gun only when it's comfortable. Okay, so the last holster I want to talk about is a outside the waistband holster. I didn't even realize that I had this many Tier 1 Concealed holsters until I started thinking about this video. I have a outside the waistband holster. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry, Tier 1, and whoever's looking for it, but I will put the link down in the description. That way you're up to speed. But this is a pretty good outside the waistband. UPS driver knows me. Pretty good outside the waistband holster. And I'll say that because I wear outside the waistband holsters daily, if either on duty or off duty, and I do like this holster quite a bit. And the reason I like it is because it's so snug. A lot of the holsters will put their, I guess their clips or their belt loops behind the holster, between the holster and the belt, which ultimately widens the amount of room that you're getting with, I guess, your overall package here. So wearing a shirt over this, like a looser fitting shirt or a light jacket, you don't know I have it. You don't. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna see the printing here, but with a looser fitting shirt, light covering jacket, this is a great outside the waistband carry, especially for those winter months, or for me personally, when I was going into court or I was just off duty and I needed a outside the waistband. This is extremely comfortable. It does draw easily, just like everything else here. But I do have one more concealed carry, a holster from Tier 1 Concealed. I'm not going to show it because it really doesn't really fit my bill. It's my wife's, so I can't really speak on it. But I do want to say that I trust their brand. I like their brand, and more importantly, I will buy their stuff. Somebody bought me this, one of my best friends, because he knows that I'm such a big fan, and I've turned so many people on to Tier 1 Conceal that I talk to and I recommend them. So I'm recommending them to you. Check out their website, tier1concealed.com, and yeah, sometimes they have really good sales going on towards Black Friday and stuff, and a lot of the time that's when I hook up my holsters. But you can get their newsletter, I'm sure, and they'll tell you when you go to their website. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section. Please give me a like, maybe subscribe as well.